Make sure you listen to my daddy's podcast right now. It's the best show in the world.
Hey, look, dragging too expensive, tell them look at the bag and fucking bitches that you couldn't imagine. Real designer, you can tell by the fag, you can tell by the walk. Nigga, look at us walk. Damn, I think I drag too much. They hate when I'm winning, really get the bip and I've been in my bag too long. You can tell by the walk. Nigga, look at the walk. Hey, walk the nigga. Walk. Yo, I be silent. Look how I walk with the drip niggas wildin'. He trying to talk to his bitch niggas lying. They never stay with the clip bullets flying. He gotta walk with a look, I got bang. Play me, I'm blowing this shit like a fan. I hit his back with a drum in his brain. Chopper be running and skin like a pan. Play like a bitch and your track way stand. The trap be jumping when the birds chirp. I turn around and do the plug walk. The Balenciagas on my feet, nigga. Straight cash, it ain't cheap, nigga. Don't approach me, I don't know you from nowhere. Trust me, nigga, boo, you don't wanna know.
Yeah, and this is Cards Face Up Podcast, episode number 26. I am your host, Mr. Ty Hill, and that right there was Tay Wilson Walk. Shout out to the young homie who just now got signed to what's the record label? What's the record label? What's that? World Star Records. You feel me? Just now got signed to that. So shout out to the homie. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually what they call, but it's through World Star. You feel me? And I fuck with Shorty. So shout out to him. Salute. Today I have brought along two of my homies. You feel me? I have Mr. Dante on the line, and I have the homie Blair. What it is?
What's up?
Look, I just want to thank you two for coming through, fucking with us. It is. You know, over here at the Cards Face Up Podcast where we keep shit 100. And
Look, I really want to know if World Star got their own record label now. That's crazy.
Yeah, they do. They do. He's the first artist. He's the first artist signed to it.
Crazy.
So Marvel got one too, yo. Dante, you gonna be on there?
Marvel got their own record. Is the song
like, hell yeah,
the song to Captain America?
I'm the first one to sign today, ain't you?
So you can watch girl fights, bum fights, and get a record deal. That's good.
Real shit. They trying to corner the market. So Shorty got 100,000. They had some type of competition. He signed for 100,000. He did his whole signing. You feel me? So just to see one of the young Baltimoreans that I watch come up in this music biz and keep grinding, I just want to salute yo. Tay Wilson, Lil Tay, so swag, all of that shit over there. What it is.
Good. It's impressive.
Yo, so today, since I got the homies on the line, you feel me, and which is funny, because the world don't know, but this is literally our conversation normally, right? So It's usually us three. We have long conversations, long debates, and things of that sort. So this whole podcast here is like a fucking family reunion with y'all two. You know, young fly, fresh to death Blizzy on the phone, man.
Stop, man. You know, stop it up, man.
You know, put the homie on there. You know, today we going to try to we're going to talk about some good shit. So I really want to talk about let's start off. Y'all gonna take the COVID vaccine?
I'm sure I'm gonna have it eventually.
Have what?
The COVID vaccine.
Oh,
no. This is straight no. Wait a minute, you even folded your arms. You're not playing.
No, not at all.
Why, Blizzy? You
I ain't got enough body weight. If it start being something crazy happening, you know what I'm saying? Like I might,
He's gonna let all the fat people take it first.
Yeah, I might go from this, being athletic to, looking like a twig. I can't do that, bro. Like,
Yo, the fact that I want all of our listeners to make sure they watching on the YouTube too, that this nigga said he's athletic built.
Yo, stop, yo. You know how.
Look, there's a sport. There's a sport for that body. So, absolutely.
What body?
Right now it's coordinating. You know what I'm saying? So long
that's
as these
hands
get on this computer,
that's what it is. An Olympic sport.
I hope so, man. I mean, they call us first responders or what's it called? Essential. So
that matters. But
that mean y'all definitely getting the vaccine.
The lies are coming out. The lies came out so fast with this vaccine, as far as like people just making shit up. I remember it was a girl I was talking to on the phone when this happened, when they were talking about it's being released, and she was like, yeah, people already having side effects and da da da. I said, nobody got it yet. Like she was already like spreading, like, oh yeah, it's already people with side effects, growing extra limbs and being in a coma. I'm like, really?
Well, like I told you earlier, it does. I did hear that it make your eyes grow. You feel me? You saying that it's not true, but I read that shit somewhere, and the internet wouldn't just lie to me.
It'll be a whole lot of cross-eyed people on CNN today if the vaccine was giving side effects like that. The camera be all in people's face, measuring it with a ruler. Oh, this eye is like an inch lower. So we're gonna see.
Okay,
Ain't nobody gonna let that go.
Blair said no. I'm with Blair. I'm not gonna take it. Unless I'm forced, more than likely. Say what's the time limit for you? You with the first batch, second batch, ninth batch.
I'm a very important person, so I'm sure I'm gonna have options sooner. But I'm gonna wait a little while. It depends on my exposure. Like I'm not gonna change my exposure yet, so I don't think I need to worry too much about getting it. Now, if I feel like I'm gonna be in close quarters and large groups, then I may have to get a little sooner. But I'm fine with waiting. 2, 3, maybe 5 years.
I'd say you're gonna have to get it. The Marvel reunion is coming up. Like something gonna come up, like the Space Galaxy
They're doing these things virtually.
Okay, all right.
If I can,
y'all getting dressed up in y'all living room.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it on my 75-inch, and all 50 people can be on the screen at once. I ain't gotta leave my house.
Yo, to all of our listeners that have listened to us for the last 2 weeks, Dante has been rocking with us, and he swears me and Blair up and down he is not a Comic-Con type of person, yo. And I swear we both think he's lying. I think he gets dressed up every year and goes in there with his little costume. He just doesn't take pictures, and he just doesn't. So I would love to hear the viewers response. Y'all think Dante is going to Comic-Con every year or what?
If you think that I would dress up like Lionel and not be 100% proud of it, then that's on you. If I was gonna do it, I'm gonna do it all the way. I'm not prepared yet.
Yo, I see you being a Ninja Turtle, yo. Like I really do.
Hey, whatever. I do it. As long as I get.
So look, right. We have one of the things I wanted to talk about today. You feel me? Some of the gossip that's going on, and you feel me? Some of us on this phone goes to church. Well, some of us on this video goes to church. Some of us don't. XYZ. So I really want to know what y'all think about the whole "I'm from Baltimore" guy. Jamal Brown. What y'all think about what's going on? Y'all both know the situation of everything. Him and the beef that he got with Monique Samuels and their back and forth little situation. Y'all know what's going on with that?
I mean, I don't know how much detail you need other than that he's still screwing people that is in his that come to his congregation. I mean, like, do you need to know which one actually raised up a storm when I'm sure it's a bunch of them that he hitting?
He said he's single.
Well, yeah, sure, okay. So go forth and multiply. Do whatever the hell you want to do.
His ex-wife says they still together. He says he's single. I think that's the first problem. Somebody don't know the relationship status. I don't know which one. What you think though, Blizzy? What you think about the whole back and forth?
I feel like if he really single, then he can do him. But if she's saying they not, then maybe he ain't signed the paper. Just got fact check the papers. Maybe that's just.
Yeah, so somebody got to check somebody's GPS. Like, how many times are him and his ex in the same place at the same time in the evening hours? So, I mean, it all depends.
So what do y'all think about him and Monique going back and forth? So, she went on the reunion. She had did some talk about him. She pulled out a whole book of receipts. That's how the ladies read nowadays. You feel me?
Now, which Monique? I'm not familiar with the Monique thing.
Her name is Monique Samuels. Her husband is Chris something. He plays some, I think, football or something. Or played football or something. So she's one of those reality star people. So they got.
Oh, so they used to diddle one another?
No, his wife, his ex-wife that's claiming him as her husband, that he's not claiming to be her husband, is on the show. And I believe Jamal was on the show. I'm right. Okay, Jamal was on the show too, and that's the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac. Yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac. So They was all on the show, whatever. But the reunion show, Jamal wasn't there. And the girl pulled out a book talking about. I know one of the things she called him was a holy whore. And she was saying
okay.
how she got receipts and text messages with him going back and forth with another chick, flying her out or something like that. Blah blah blah. She went on. She's doing what, in my opinion, a lot of these messy, chatty type women do. You feel me? But I think my biggest problem came into it with, or my biggest issue with the whole situation came into it when Jamal chose to go live on his own live Instagram for 22 minutes and say, I also got a book. And he pulled out his book. You feel me? He looked like R. Kelly when he did that motherfucking remember when R. Kelly did that shit with Gail?
Yeah.
The interview, I'm fighting for my life out here. He had the real I might be a maniac, a psycho type voice, talking real quiet and
I don't get it.
So he pulled out his book of receipts and he's saying how he's not pregnant, but he's not married or whatever the fuck he's saying. But like I said, it wasn't really about what they said, because I expect certain shit. Women gossip. Women, that's how they argue. You feel me? But when you got a man of the cloth, I believe we hold them to different standards, right? What y'all think?
I thought that was the whole point.
I thought so too. So like when you got a man that's supposed to be at the cloth, it's kind of like human versus holy. And I thought you're supposed to be more holy. And I understand everybody's a human, this, that, and another, but you're not only a man of the cloth, you're also a man that's higher in age. I think he's late 40s, early 50s, right?
He should be older
Yeah,
than that.
so I would think, I would think he's somewhere late 40s, early 50s. So my thing is, you feel me? That age alone comes with a little bit more maturity, especially from a man.
Well, I mean, like I said the other day, money matters. You know what I mean? If he gets people to come to his meetings, he takes their money. He takes their money, goes buys expensive cars, and does all that stuff.
It's church.
Everything that he does is a representation of the people that support him. So I think everybody, I don't see how many, but I guess it's just like Trump supporters. They don't care. He can go and do whatever dirt he wants to do as long as he puts words together in a certain order. So it just is crazy.
Yeah, you say he can rap, y'all put words in a certain order.
Hey, at the end of the day, you try to separate him from a rapper. What's the difference? He just dropped. He just said he just dropped the new one.
He said my man signed the Holy Baptist record.
They call Lord
That's what
lyrics.
you trying to say?
Yeah, he just dropped some Lord lyrics.
It's called Get 'em Saved Inc. Yo, Get 'em Saved Inc.
That's right.
Yo, I said this man got on national, not national. It was on his Facebook, like I said. His live on IG. You feel me? He got on there and said, he alleged that Monique was being an abuse victim. You feel me? From her husband. He alleged that her husband also suffers from CTE and anger issues and XYZ. And I'm like, damn, this how a pastor talk. And my thing again, it's not me judging him like I'm better or nothing like that. But reality is, the fuck am I following you for if you just as flawed as me?
But see, that's what I'm saying. We're supposed to judge. Judging is the right thing to do. You judge everybody that you talk to. So that's when the people say, "Oh, you don't judge people," yes, you do. You judge people from the second they walk over to you and say hi, or the second you get on the phone with them. You're judging their voice, the way that they speak, the words that they use. You're judging everything.
You do. You just don't bring it out in public. But I think, I was going back and forth with a homie. You feel me? About this whole topic. You feel me? He's one of those I follow blind people, you feel me? Because I feel like a lot of people that following this shit is blind. They just follow them blind, you feel me? It's like, I'm about that new Gucci just because it says Gucci versus actually liking what the fuck it looks like. So, whatever. And we was going back and forth, and I'm trying to tell him, like, yo, a pastor isn't supposed to be just like me. He's held to higher standards, And the nigga said, his exact words was, I just feel like a lot of people like to judge people without looking at their self. They live in a glass house, but they judging him. No, nigga, he signed up for a fucking position that's a position that gets judged in public. If I fucking hire you as a fireman and I notice that you ain't fucking putting out fires, I'm gonna judge your ass on being a terrible fire fucking man. I'm gonna judge your ass when we do at the end of the year, the valuation, whatever, it's gonna be on fire codes, regulations of fire. I'm not gonna judge you on fucking coming up with a new cure for COVID because that ain't your fucking job. But I am gonna judge you on what your codes for your fucking fireman is, and that's the same way I look at Jamal and all these pastors. I'm gonna judge you accordingly. You feel me? My pastor talks about a lot of things that he did in his life in the past, X, Y, Z. You feel me? But and I love that about him. But if he was still doing that today, I don't want to follow you. You're supposed to be leading me to a better life. How the fuck you gonna lead me to? If we both smoking crack, how the fuck you gonna lead me to sober
Oh no,
or
because gonna say,
recovery?
he ain't done with me yet, and that covers
Man, that
everything.
shit, nigga. He should be. He should be a
He
lot
ain't
more.
done with me yet.
I look at it like this: he should be closer to being done with you than he is to me. If we on the
Right?
same
Yeah,
motherfucking
You
level,
should definitely be at an 80 if I'm only at a 60.
yeah, the fuck is wrong? So that shit just didn't make. And then you slander people, whether it's true or not. You put somebody medical information out there as a
Right.
pastor.
Right. I mean, it's childish. It's petty. It's below the title that he has.
And you knew that he was wrong. Well, he knew that he was wrong because the fucking post is deleted now.
Not like that means anything. You can't just go shout a lie out the window and then close the window and be like, oh, I guess it's almost like I ain't saying it because everybody downstairs heard it. They repeating it. They telling people what they heard.
I be tripping sometimes because I never really understand how people of such great stature don't be having people in their ear like, don't post that. I'm a broke nigga and I got, people tell me all the time, nah, yo, you can't say that. Don't post that. Like, where the fuck is there a circle of people that be like, don't post, nigga, is you crazy? Where the fuck is your friends at while you go live for 22 minutes? Nobody's calling your phone? Like, stop now, nigga, stop.
But how do you tell them? Yeah, I don't know how they doing COVID stuff down there, but the church might be closed, Ty. So it might be,
But they seen him live. I would have been interrupted his phone. Hey, Blair, you ever saw when people go live and they gotta say, yo, stop calling my phone. I'm live.
Yeah.
Like, it's people watching you. Like, nobody's like, if my father right now makes a mistake and hit the live button and his dick just swinging on fucking live, I'm gonna keep calling that phone to stop his.
Put it away,
make
Dad.
Sure,
put it away.
Put the dick away, Dad. Put the dick away. Dick is out. I'm gonna text message that shit, flag symbol. I'm gonna call every house in the phone. Every phone in the house. Dick is out. Dick is out, Dad. Yeah. You got 22 minutes. You tell me 22 minutes with a congregation of how many? Hundreds of thousands of people from here to Atlanta, and ain't nobody trying to stop you from letting your dick out, Jamal?
But it's the arrogance. I mean, if you got that much money, you got that much power, it's the arrogance of anything that I do is fine because I'm, people giving me money to hear what I got to say. So maybe this is something. It's kind of like the Kanye thing. People buy his album, they must like what he got to say.
The irony of associating of the analogy of dick out in Pastor Jamal Bryant is fucking hilarious to me.
But he always got it out.
That shit is funny.
He might have got a cross tattooed on there just to make it seem like he's doing something. I'm blessing them. At least 50 strokes a minute.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. And again, I ain't judging what a man do with their piece, whatever it is. But you got to be better than me if I'm a fucking be following you and this, that, and other. So,
yeah, I don't like it.
Holy,
but I ain't making the money. I mean, if I could trade the money, maybe I can give up my morality. I could do all that stuff.
Holy whore or pastor. Dropping soon.
Pause.
Play over there like I am not going to hell on Sunday with y'all. Look, yo, I got a listener submitted question today, right? Her question is this. She says, my man wants to receive every single time we are intimate. But he doesn't reciprocate what I do. He's very stingy. He's very selfish. But he gets mad if I don't. What should I do, guys? Well, she ain't say guys. She said top, and I'm trying to bring y'all in and make y'all feel wanted too. She wants y'all advice. What y'all think? You keep stuck in the pipe or what?
What you think, Blair? Because I love Blair's perspective on stuff.
All right. I mean, so this is one of the things that I mean, like, it was probably. I mean, all right, with guys, I know, like, for me, like, you get used to certain stuff. So if this is all the way it is, I don't know how long they've been together, but this is the way that it's been since since she started. then I mean he might not change. You know what I'm saying? If it was like, early on when she was like, all right, my turn, they were taking turns, then I mean I feel like, he might be more like, okay, she a turn girl. If he ain't never get on turns, then she just a give, give, give. So I mean it's all depend like how long they've been, messing with each other and how long, she, been, allowing this to go down. So I mean that's
Yeah, I mean, like if he was, if early on in the relationship he was a blender, and now he didn't turn down to just a casual every once in a while dude, but yeah, she didn't had to keep her vacuum going the entire time. I don't know. I think that is a little unfair, but I mean, it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a debate, like I need three for your one or something like that. Like, shouldn't it be like when you're
I'm
in
up
the mood,
six.
it just happens,
I'm up six, coach. When they gonna catch up?
right?
um, I think depending, like Vlad said, depending how long the relationship has been, it may be something that isn't going to change. If you have talked to them and told them exactly how you feel about it, it may be something that isn't going to change. But
What if the
you
flavor changed?
you definitely, oh my, if it went from 2% milk to cottage cheese, then
It matters.
it is a big difference. If it went from a summer's eve to a Hell's Weekend in Hell's Kitchen, then it's
Yeah,
something it's something different. Yeah, but that's that again. I
you
mean,
never
that's still
know.
size because you still sticking your dick in it. I mean, if
Oh yeah,
it's
that thing. Yeah, I mean, it don't smell down there. You probably won't know about it till it gets up the way you are. By then, you already 50 strokes in. But if you that matters. Like I can see you changing your pattern if the parfum just comes out and it's a little erroneous.
but I'm sure women go through that. You feel me? We done all heard women say the nuts stink and things of that sort. So um, I think they go through that situation too, and they still be down there. But um, I think that you definitely need communication is one of the biggest things in any type of relationship. So that matters. Y'all need to talk about it. Let them know, hey, I'm not sexually satisfied. We need to work on some things. You feel me? I'm tired of trying to blow your mind and you sitting there letting me just be with whatever. Um, a lot of things with sex becomes like what Blair was saying as far as what they're used to. A lot of people get used to what their ex or their last partner did, and then they incorporate that into what their new partner did. But most people are so sex is one of those topics, you feel me, that most people don't want to talk about. But if you just talk 9 times out of 10, hey, I don't like a finger in my butt. Don't put your finger in my butt. Don't touch my butt. Some certain people are different ways. They want things
But you
different ways.
can't
But
change that. Like it can't be somebody that let it happen 10 times and be like, yeah, don't just stop putting it up there. Like I think they should verbalize that early on. It shouldn't be
yo said what you let
been
the
a couple of times and all of a sudden now
hey
you
Yeah, it's
Flash,
all yeah,
putting it
yeah,
up.
it's
hey
all about out
Flash.
the gate. You gotta check it at the door.
That nigga
Like you
said
gotta
what you let the once the finger go in your butt, it's in your butt forever.
Yeah, like yeah, once they done transformed you into something else, then you can't just come back. Look, I think maybe you
That
shouldn't
is
put that there
literally
no more.
that's the problem why our men today are so shamed for coming out. Because they know they can't come back to the other side. Y'all can't treat them like that. If he used to like a finger in his butt, he could come back. Y'all face right
You
now.
coming back, but you got a new title. Like it's right. I mean, you're now transformed. You are now
yeah,
a
yeah,
different
you
person.
I
It
think
don't
they
mean
need to
you ain't
talk.
gonna care to keep your job and do the things that you normally do. You just are
you
different,
just got extra gear in the transmission.
right?
It's a V7
If you
now.
got a 6-speed transmission, now to use 6 speed.
That nigga said it's a V7 now.
it's a V7 now.
Hey yo, I think so yeah. My opinion, just talk to them. Communication is the key. Do y'all think men got higher standards than women when they going into a relationship? What's y'all opinion?
I mean, I feel like it's all. I feel like it's all based off, your past situations. All based off your past situations, your past partners. How long you been out of the relationship type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like sometimes if you've been haven't been in a relationship so long and you getting into one, it's like you got just get used to certain things. And that might back to what you were saying with the other topic. That might be a thing too. You know what I'm saying? If the guy she messing with, like I said, I don't know how long they've been together. If he was used to, messing with, jump offs, like jump offs, you don't go that, you don't go
That's
down there.
very
You
true.
feel me? So I mean, it
It's a
just,
it's a
all the
no man's
yeah,
land.
it's a no man's land because you no man's land, or you gonna end up with another man hand. You can't do that, bro. So
That
you know.
I can see that being a big thing. It's like if you've been able to take advantage of some, if you've been able to get away with stuff with women that should be amazing, like they should be like real girls, and you've been doing whatever with them, and now you trying to pick somebody that you're gonna keep, then you're like, golly, is she really just like a thought that I'm just taking seriously, or is she a good woman and she ain't? That's not who she is. Like she's not. So you trying to see, is this something I can keep? So yeah, I guess you are a little more critical. I don't know how that works for women. I don't know if women look at men as having potential to be anything, and then they just reevaluate depending on how the guy acts, or what. Like, is a woman looking at men as any guy can be that right one, but then he winds up being, maybe stupid or have some other issues, and she just winds up just keeping them for a short amount of time. I don't know.
So we had a conversation with someone, and they was telling us basically, um, men are real critical over a lot of shit versus women who aren't as critical and they let us get away with a lot of shit and they're willing to accept a lot more. Um, and we're talking about physical flaws and things of that sort, whether it be sex, whether it be look, hairlines, you feel me? Of course, when every woman talks to me, they want to bring up hairline situation. That's that's, my girl brings up hairline and small dicks a lot when we having
I wonder why.
conversation. I don't know. I
So
don't know if she's trying to tell me I have a small dick and a fucked up hairline or what, but she, she likes to bring those topics up when we're having these debates. So maybe I fit the fucking category. I don't
I
know.
mean, look, for the average guy, not you, Ty, or you, Bled, but for the average guy, you know what I mean? Women are the
I
ones
ain't
that's
average.
really
Y'all
doing
can close your eyes. Close your eyes. Women, look at this video real quick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about, I'm speaking, I think, for the average guy. So for the average guy, we're not really doing the picking so much as we just try to see, I'm putting my hand out there to see if I'm good enough for them to pick me. So I may start the conversation, but they looking like, what the fuck is he, why is he around
Right.
me? And then some
I
like,
think
yeah,
I'll say you going with the wrong line. Like your first line is, did you see, Galaxy 87
and as
episode? You know
important
what I'm
as they
saying?
have, what am I gonna do with a woman that ain't say Galaxy 87?
But I
That's
think
dumb.
I think that shit is age. I think all right. Let's think about age. At 21, men are literally trying to fuck everything. Majority
Yeah,
of us. You feel me?
yeah.
We're trying to put our dick. I was listening to New Edition this morning, getting ready. You feel me? Come Home Again album, whatever the fuck. Come Home Again with Cameron. The
Mm-hmm.
Home Again album is when they came back. You feel me? It had 6 instead of the 5. Bobby and Johnny both was in it. Whatever. Produced by Puffy and all of that shit. But anyway, I was listening to that album and they had the song It's in Our Nature. And they was talking about basically it's in our nature to fuck every man. For every man to want to fuck every woman that he can. And can't say I agree totally, but I do agree we have that predator type of nature or instinct as a youngin. And as we grow up, you feel me, it's kind of where, as a youngin, is where we fall at and we'll start accepting certain things, this, that, and other. But as you grow up, and if you're still single in your 30s, now you have different things that you want. And if you're still single in your 40s, you really have different things that you want. And if you go to 50 still single, I'm sure you're at the point like, look, bitch, I'm only accepting this. That's
Right.
all. And again, women date off of stability. So it's different. Like an older woman, I ain't gonna say because y'all young women have y'all thing too. Y'all want to date off of it doesn't really matter. Popularity, fast money, things of that sort. That's why a lot of women fuck up with so many crazy ass dope dealers and shit like that. But as y'all grow up, y'all start looking into different things too. So I don't know. My thing is, I don't think that men have higher standards. Um, I don't think we're more critical. I think we might be more vocal.
I think we, yeah, and then I
Because
think we,
whether you're talking to, all right, if I got a small dick, right? if I got a little dick, right? You can't wait till an argument come up to say, I mean, I don't say nothing about your little dick. Well, you obviously didn't care. I fucking cared about your long clit. Like, like it's and it's things that I think it's I think both sides supposed to be free. Both sides supposed to
but
be
I think that's kind of what I was saying. If women will evaluate a man probably quicker, and then they already, if they don't like something, they just not going to choose them. So they don't have a reason to talk about it for a long period of time because they already turned down 18 guys that day just going on their way to work. So for guys, we looking at a girl trying to say, well, she got the bubble, she got this, she got that, but I know that one ear was shaped a little different. Can I do with that ear being fucked up? You
and I
know?
think women come in thinking long term from the jump too a lot of times. So they're looking at, all right, can I deal with the fact that his left eye keep going to the side every now and then? I
Right.
mean, how that's gonna matter in 5 years? That's
But usually they send it. I mean, they got so many choices. They like, you know what? The eye off. I'm gonna go get the guy with the straight eyes.
But I think a dude when he comes in, he's straight from the jump. I'm supposed to do it tomorrow. I'm all right with it. Like we're not thinking 5 years in advance. That's why I always tell
No.
women, and I get argued with so much about it. Like, uh, I always tell women, like, marriage is y'all thing. Like, it's no dude woke up at 18 years old and was like, nah, I just can't wait to settle down and
Yeah.
be a
And
one
then
man
someone that's
woman
learned behavior
and
too.
be
I mean, TV
be a
and
one
her.
woman man, and I can't wait to walk down that aisle and kiss her and pull the veil from over her head. Like, no nigga thinks like that. Like,
Well, I'm
the
gonna take care
furthest
of all her responsibilities. She ain't gotta work at her. Like, no, no,
and then women again, y'all can hate me for that. Like I always get these debates, but listen, if y'all don't believe me, if you found one that you think been thinking about marrying, couldn't wait to marry, been dreaming about marriage since he was young, you might want to keep him because he's probably a
or
cute
he
one.
got an extra gear in his transmission.
Yo,
He just want to walk down the aisle. I
I
don't
heard
know,
seven
but to each
seven
his own.
walk down the aisle.
I don't know what side he wanted to stand on, but
Daddy, I
to each
can't.
his own.
Daddy, I can't wait for you to walk me down the aisle and give me away. What, nigga? That ain't how this
Whoa,
go.
whoa, whoa! Right.
So I don't know. I was talking to a friend the other day, right? And he was talking about accidentally, accidentally raising kids to be privileged. How
Accidentally
much?
raising kids. What?
Yeah, to be privileged. Into privileged humans,
Okay.
into privileged citizens. Growing, and we were talking and we were going back and forth, and they were saying about what they're doing for their child X, Y, Z, and I'm looking like I think you're accidentally raising them to be a privileged child and not really understand responsibility, not really understand a lot of things that you need to understand in life. You know, when is our support system working against us? If you always had, can you imagine growing up and always having a safety net?
But that's the thing. I mean, I don't think that I think that's fine for some kids. Some kids will thrive, always feeling like whatever they want, they're going to have, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And that maybe they'll maneuver if you get that combination of motivation and uh, privilege. Then they always are moving in places that'll get them where they need to be. So that's fine. It's the ones that they don't really have the motivation, but they feel entitled that winds up being a problem because they think they're supposed to have it, but they're not going to go out and go get it. So I guess you got to kind of know your child and know how you should raise them.
Right. Yeah, I think it's definitely like, 50-50 when it comes to certain things. Cause I mean, it's like, certain people or bash certain people, or saying, like, you see like memes and stuff all the time, like, oh, my parent didn't pay for my, somebody get a first call, yeah, my parents didn't pay for it, or somebody get their first place, and what I'm saying. So I feel like it's definitely a balance, and it definitely got to be more, more needs than wants, and then also, with a little bit of wants, mixed in there, because it's like, if you see a child is doing wonderful when they doing certain stuff, then it's like, why would you want them to struggle? Why would you watch them struggle? But or you can even like match your child, like if your child, as they get older, like if they bring, like, let's say, 75% to the table, you can bring the rest, or something like that. But I mean,
Right,
I definitely think that it definitely gotta be, you gotta actually see something, some type of qualities, or see some type of, progression, for you to, add your, on top,
right.
to, for it to really, matter, but like, it's being smaller, I think it's definitely, it's nothing wrong with, I mean, just making sure all their needs and stuff is met. It's not a bad thing. I mean, if you want to, buy your kids, a Nintendo Switch, or a Jordan, or this, I mean, it's fine, but I mean, it can't just be, you know, one sided. It definitely gotta know that, other
I
So
other
I
think
think
things
when
context
we're
exist.
talking,
matters.
when we're going
You
into
that
the privileged kids, I'm sorry, Tay, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say I just think context matters. So I mean, if you go out to get your kid some shoes, and you didn't spend some expensive amount of money for the shoes, and you just like, okay, here, and as far as the kid knows, they just regular shoes, but then they go out to the world and they're like, oh my god, you got the new such and such, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? Then that's what boosts their head up and makes them change. Kids don't inherently know what world value is, or how the world looks at stuff, until they get the reaction. So I think that a lot of stuff is, you want your child to, one, definitely appreciate the work that you put in order to get them to where they are,
Mm,
but also give them a comparison to what's happening in the rest of the world. Say, not every household is like this. You know, like I used to always have to tell my daughter, don't always, just because you might have people come into school and they seem like they have an attitude, don't think it is about you. I mean, you don't know what they have going on at home. You don't know if they ate. Like, you
mm,
literally don't know. I mean, you just don't take the things that you have for granted.
yeah. I mean, I think when we're talking about privilege, you feel me? Raising our kids to feel entitled, like entitlement is a big deal, like you both spoke on. But one of the, entitlement, laziness, you have selfishness, you have. I think a lot of people don't realize they're doing a lot of harm to their children in these areas. You feel me? Um, I don't never want my kids to feel entitled, because
Right.
that's not realistic. If your father has, I watched the 50 Cent versus not versus the 50 Cent and his son beat. And I looked at his son, who's I think 23, 24 years old now, talking about, if your father rich, driving around in, Bentleys and shit, you should too, right? Is that enough? But ain't you gonna make sure? And I'm like, that's entitlement.
Right.
I watched something as simple as what Meek Mill did, as far as giving the little kids $20, and the world saying, "Oh, he could have gave more money." Man, that's entitlement. Nobody owes you shit in this world. Not even
Right.
your parents want you over 18. And even when you're under 18, they still don't owe you Gucci, Prada, and Fendi. They still don't owe you the top tennis shoes. They still don't owe you none of that shit. You feel me? And it's like, I think a lot of people raise kids to become adults that are going to have a lot of entitlement issues, a lot of
Hmm.
issues that's going to be hard to deal with as an adult, when you realize, oh, the world don't work like this. Like, the world don't work like this. And it's like, my father, for instance, could have probably provided everything that I needed. I moved out my parents' house at 18 years old, 19 years old, whatever the fuck it was when I graduated, and right out of high school, single parent and all that shit. And it's like, he could have provided a home. He could have still provided uh certain security. But I think it taught me more to be a man, to get out there and do that shit myself. And once you out there doing it yourself, you start looking at things a little bit different. You start looking at money different when it's coming from your actual hard work versus that shit being given to you. So I don't know. I think a lot. I definitely believe a lot of people are accidentally raising privileged kids.
Yeah. And then if you don't have the right type of kid, it can be really bad. But I mean, think about it. If you have, let's say you got two kids. One is super motivated. Like if he wants to do something, he's going to figure out how to do it. So he's a
Mm-hmm.
go-getter. You got another kid that, just doesn't show that type of intellectual curiosity for stuff. So they really just, they kind of like to sit back and relax and they don't need to do anything until you tell them to or make them do it. You know what I mean? Where the other one's just way more proactive. So
Right.
you giving the proactive one stuff, you know what I mean? It's like giving them a foundation for them to be great. You giving the lazy one stuff is your and reinforcing that, yeah, you didn't have to do anything. And you still got everything. So it's like it's that combination of what is innate to the kid and then what benefits just happen to them along the way and then how they're going to use it.
Right. I definitely agree. Yeah. So it's basically paying attention to what kid is what and
Yeah.
how your kids is, and trying to you spoke on something too, say that's real dope. As far as not changing them, because how we're raising and parenting them, it can change them. Teaching them certain behaviors and things of that sort. So you could change that child who you thought was X, Y, Z, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like the kid that can't do shit that's in his first 2 years of college. My mom still has to bring me toilet tissue. Like, yo,
Right. You
you
can't
could
do
go to
basic
fucking
stuff. Right.
yeah, you could go to Rite Aid and get your own fucking toilet tissue. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Or the kid that doesn't eat until mom gets home from work. It's like you do know you can make you some fucking chicken nuggets, some
Right.
French fries. Like you're old enough. Yeah,
Definitely should
and
have made
I
your own macaroni and cheese or something.
yeah, I look at
Oodles
that. And
noodles.
a lot of kids feel like that shit. So yeah, that's a sure. Um, I see y'all both looking. Um, of course, at my beard, and you two beardless brothers. I see y'all probably thinking, "Dang, how can I get my beard?"
I was just thinking that, man.
I knew you were, but listen, it's okay. I can help. I have this product called 5o'clockco.com. Go there, order it, all natural. Everything is wonderful. That's what I've been using personally. And tell them Ty sent you. And you can get a beard like me. Don't forget. 5 FIVE o'clock OCLOCKCO.com. Go there, get all of your beard care needs, your skin care needs. He sent me a picture of uh some other stuff. It was like for bump control and things of that sort, all natural. Make sure y'all go there. And it's holiday season. Get out there, get your men something, women. Women, if you want to get your face all smooth and like mine, you can go there too. You dig?
You ain't
Look, I
talking
got one
young
more.
Ma.
Uh,
You talking about young Ma?
yo,
Young
look,
MA?
if 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 young M A wants a pretty beard, he can get a pretty beard.
She can get one.
Look at Blair. Blair over there looking. I see Blair. Blair, like, let me write this down. He said, what,
Right.
5
That's
com.
5 o'clock.
See you, Blair. We gonna bring, look, Blair, it's all natural shit I got. You see my shit shining. It's all natural shit I got. You get you some, shorty, you gonna grow all of this. Your girl gonna love you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yo, y'all think,
That's it, yeah.
y'all think men can handle the same hurt that women be having to handle from us?
Definitely not. No, it's not.
Pregnancy?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know, like the monthly thing?
No,
No,
I
hell
think he's
no.
I think he's
The
talking about
fuck?
like emotional trauma.
Yeah, like,
It's
when we
definitely
Oh,
see
not.
okay.
things
When you
that,
said for okay.
can men handle the same hurt that women go through?
Not at
From the
all.
cheating to the take you back and all of that shit.
Give me all right. So
All right, you ever been
no,
taken back? All of us has been taken back after we cheated, right?
no, I never cheated. Okay.
Dante, when
He
you
out
go
there.
in that
He's
when you
still
go in that
shopping
room
it.
and close the door, and Dante go in that room and close the door when your girl was asleep, that was you was cheating with the computer. It's fine, Dante.
Oh, that
Cheating
counts?
with
Oh, then yeah, I gotta take it back.
late nights
All the
with
time.
Wolverine does count, nigga. Yo,
No,
Wolverine
but no,
but
I just
versus
haven't been in that situation.
You can tell a nigga when they single still trying to make sure he ain't fucking his name up and shit. No,
No,
I've never cheated.
listen.
I
I
would
would tell.
never
I
cheat.
just it's not a thing.
Never.
If anybody can come up and say that they could be doing something, or I was, then hey,
Man,
they want to see.
I think most niggas or most men, you feel me? I had a I talk about that in a second. But I think most men can't handle that shit like that. So you feel me?
No, no.
A dude find out that his girl done fucked somebody else, he's over. I ain't taking the bitch back, this, that, and nothing. And especially, I think that's the community too, because you a stupid ass nigga from your homeboy. You did what? I love my baby mama. I never let her go, ass nigga. That's you. You know, the shit with your homeboys is worse than what it is with the girls. You know, most girls be like, you gonna get those couple friends as a girl that's gonna be like, girl, I understand. You know, I did the same thing with I mean, you love him, right? You love him. That's all that matters. These bitches can't tell you nothing. Ain't none of your niggas gonna be like, yo, you love her though, right? So what? She sucked a couple niggas' dick.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, just wash the other nigga sweat off, and you fine. I'm sure it's cleaned out by now.
you
But
said the pussy taste salty. Man,
And
look,
that's like that's like the difference is you definitely gotta know that person. So if you know how that person or how that work or that treatment, then I mean that's it's just I didn't think it all just decides on the severity of the situation. But
have you ever took
like
a girl back after she cheated, Black?
uh so, so yeah, so I mean, someone, but no, like for me, like it never was
That
like
nigga just tried
the
to switch
full.
the
It
topic.
never was
Yeah,
like
but
the full
the
thing.
cars they
But
gonna
no,
fly in 20 years, they gonna be
yeah.
nice.
I mean,
put it
no,
like
but it's just hard. It's just hard. Like I said, once you know like what that person do or how they treat people, the kind of acts that they do, that it's kind of it's kind of hard to just think like, damn, like you had little flashbacks, and I just think that's I mean it's a double standard, but I just feel like a lot of times
It's
you
definitely.
know a lot of times when men cheat or do certain stuff, it's just a one track thing. Like a guy like well I said most guys that cheat they going straight home. You know what I'm saying? Like they not eating the box. They not doing this. They not doing that. It's a whole different thing versus like a lot of times you feel like females kind of let their guard down. So I mean, so if your girl cheat, then I mean, she might get slapped with,
Yo,
slapped with something. It's just, I
if
mean,
yeah, you
especially if you
thought,
did something that you don't do. You do
hey,
something
yo,
you
that's
do.
what
She
I
ain't
was
gonna
about
tell
to
him
say.
stop. She gonna say,
The,
"Oh, all right," like
the first,
So
now you expecting me to come in this bitch with 14 inches and shit. I can't fucking
yeah,
do what he did. Like, look, yo,
you was
it's
fine with 5 all this time,
right.
man.
All this time, now all of a sudden you're a 13-inch type. The dildos in your closet start changing it. The fuck is this long ass thing for?
No, I needed it to match
It's a
Leroy.
cane?
You know
Yeah.
what? The idea of it I said before, like women are seen as giving it away and men are seen as going to get it. You know what I mean? We go out and we go get some. They giving it away. They're letting somebody use their all that
Mm-hmm.
apparatus. You know what I mean? So that's like, why would you give that away? It's just
I
the way
think
that it's looked at. And
when we were talking, go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I was gonna say the other part of it is socially, girls always hear about another girl dealing with a cheating man. On TV, it's always represented as a man cheats and then a woman has to make the decision on how to handle it. And forgiving is seen just as often, well, way more often than just cutting ties. So I think that that's almost a learned behavior that men are going to do stuff and women just have to find a way around it. Whereas men are told, you when you lay it down, that's representative of who you are. That's your masculinity. So when somebody takes that option for your masculinity and says, no, I'm gonna go over the Van Damme over there and get it, then that's like saying you're not good enough. So I can imagine that being just too emasculating for a man to be able to just push it to the
Yeah.
side.
When we
Oftentimes.
when we were talking earlier, about standards that women have, you feel me? Like I said, the conversation I had with the lady was basically speaking on women accept a lot more. And I don't think that, you know, I don't think like we were saying on the physical attributes and things of that sort. Everybody's looking for what they're looking for. But on this situation, as far as can we handle, yeah, women accept a lot more pain than men can endure. You feel me? Because like you said, it's back to ego. The first thing 9 times out of 10, I remember being young and having chicks because they wasn't girlfriends, but they was chicks that might fuck another dude up the block or some shit like that. The first thing you want to know is dick picking. Did he make you? You know what? And they all gonna give you the same lies. I mean, his might have been fatter, but yours was longer. Yours was fatter, but his was skinny.
They trying to protect the
Like,
male ego,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So they learned that shit early. Women learned it early how to protect the male ego. So no, we cannot handle the things that y'all handle because we know what the fuck we do with y'all. So we can only thank you letting him hit that from the back like that, hanging from the chandelier.
Right.
You doing that? Like, why would you allow him to get my chandelier pussy? So it's like,
or swallow on the water bottle.
Shooting up the club.
Yo,
right.
real
A
shit.
lot
So
of
you
that kind
thinking
of
about it
stuff
like
happens.
you thinking like, yo, I can't kiss you. Imagine that. I can't kiss you no more. I know you don't spit. I know you don't. Did you not spit with him? Like, I know you don't. Like, after women finish sex with somebody, that is good, they want to cuddle and shit like that. You cuddle naked with this nigga with
Right.
the I just bust dick behind you? Did you do that? Why would you cuddle with the I just bust dick behind you?
Was it all covered up the way it was supposed to be the whole time? Did he wash his hands?
Well, Dante, we know you don't wash your hands, yo.
Right. So don't go into me. Don't go into me.
A couple of times you came to work with that Hawk shirt with that
Guess where these fingers been?
With those hand stains, bro.
Yo, I definitely look at it. It's different, man. It's even like I think it's no women is busting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when a woman come, that shit ain't just going to squirt out on them unless they squirt us, But and that's not even come, but whatever. It's different. Like you looking at your girl like, did you close your mouth when you bust in your face? Like what? I know what you do. Like I know how freaky you are. Like there's so many variables to that shit that you're looking at it like, nah, I can't take that back. I've tried to take a girl back. I've tried to take a chick back after she done let a couple of her brothers hit and shit. And the whole time you be thinking like, this isn't my pussy no more. This is not the pussy I came to love. Like,
it's tarnished. It don't got that same shine.
Who's dick pinning my pussy? Like, we're men. We claim things, and hate to sound ignorant and shit like that because I know it's gonna come out as I'm just ignorant. But we claim things, and we put our stamp on it,
Yeah.
and we think it's ours. So anytime that shit is shared, and again, like Vlad said, it's a double standard. But look, we cool with it. Y'all still making us take out the trash can. You feel me?
Let a
Y'all
short
cool with
person
that double
drive the
standard?
car. Once your steering wheel and seat been moved, it just ain't the same.
It's not the same. You never get that. You never get that spot back. You will never ever get that same comfort. Always, you feel me? Now you might learn to like the new spot, but it ain't the same as the old spot.
Right.
And with that being said, I want to thank you two for coming through to the Cards Face Up podcast. It's been 26 weeks for this shit, up, down. Everybody that's rocking with us, that's listening in, whatever app you're listening to, please continue. Make sure you subscribe so that you can get all the updates every time that we're going live, every time that we got new shows. We got merch coming. We got everything, man. Make sure you tune in. Blair, Dante, I salute y'all too. I thank y'all so much for coming through. Y'all have a blessed day. Cards Face Up podcast episode number 26. Peace.
All right.
All right, I'm out, man.